parents. My parents are 80 and 76. I used to come in the house loud and laughing, and now I'm quiet, just listening, and they tell me stories about how they met. When my dad was fighting over another guy with my mom, that my uncle tried to, so I tell those, they tell me stories.
And your mom was one of the first people at Disneyland.
Yeah, like they tell us all these stories, that you don't know, but you have to be quiet
to hear it,
to listen, and yeah, so.
Well, we are backwards. We listen to him.
Yes.
Yeah.
We are quiet.
They lie.
I mean,
They lie so badly.
I find that my different friends' personalities bring out different things in me too, though. Because like when I'm around our friend Zach Goldberg, I'm the quiet one for sure. But then there's other friends like Steve Bauman. I'm the talkative, chatty one.
Actually, Zach started to slow. I mean, he's quieted down now. Like he's not as wacky as he was in the past. I would argue.
I mean, he's as wacky as he can be, but it is less. Yeah.
Right? I mean, I don't know if it's all the naps or what, but but okay, so
he has two boys, and at least one of them, I think it was a handful at some point along the way.
They're kind of interesting. They resemble more his mom, or they seem like they resemble her a bit more. Mm-hmm. Not just personality-wise, but obviously looks. I mean, Zach's crazy.
Yeah, my brother was Zach's roommate in Chicago for many years. So and I was Zach's roommate for 2 years, as most people say.
He earned the name,
Most
like
people
Z.
say I'm sorry when I tell them I roomed with Zach for 2 years. They say I'm very sorry you had to do that.
No, but we love him though. I mean, the thing is okay. So I introduced Zach to my mom because they were looking for financial advice at one point, right?
He's very smart.
Yeah. He is very smart, and the thing is he was very caring in how he was approaching them, right?
He's professional that day.
Oh, sorta.
He's very professional. Yeah. He helped out Jen Jolan, Brian Jolan's widow, and he also helped out Tim Thatcher's.
He took care of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he gave them lots of. Yeah, they asked him, and he helped them out financially.
Yeah.
I didn't know a lot about the finances after their husbands passed away.
Well, the other thing is he doesn't sell, which is really weird, right? Like you'd think he'd sell us, but he doesn't sell anybody. Like he just when you need him, you know who to talk to, right? And the big thing about Zach is in my opinion is he's always cared about people, right? And part of the whole thing is I mean, like Josh, for example. Remember, I don't know when Josh.
I know Josh. I took a road trip with a couple other people to Eastern Washington once for a football game. Yeah.
So let me tell you, he has a younger brother by the name of Josh. One day, Josh got beat up by a bunch of people, almost to death.
Outside by Climate Pledge Arena, at a place called Jalisco's. He was defending a girl he was with who was at a bar, and then like a bunch of guys who jumped him and just kicked him and beat him repeatedly outside to the point of unconsciousness.
His head. So he almost, I mean, like I said, he wasn't going to die, but he mentally he was impacted.
But that was unclear at the beginning if he was going to die or not. They had to take out part of his skull and intentionally to remove part of his brain to keep that part of his brain functioning. So it was really, really. So at the very beginning, it was like he could.
Right.
He made an amazing recovery.
He did. He's great now. So you know this, but not a lot of people. Zach was my next door roommate. Like next door. He was literally next door. He protected me.
You mean freshman year?
Freshman year. Yeah. And remember Andre? So, yes. Zach did everything he could to take care of me. Even though, I don't know, I mean, I went to his house in Sunset at least a couple of times. One other thing I remember very specifically was I was on I-90 following his dad on accident. Like his dad was right in front of me. And then his dad pulls over. And then, because I waved and we pull over and we just start talking for like 20 minutes or whatever the case may be. He doesn't know who I am, basically, but he just like chats away and eventually he realizes who I am. And then he goes away, but that's his family, right? And his mom and everything and stuff. So
his parents are great. Yeah.
His parents are amazing, right? And so, I know that's the case with mine too. They're just not really speaking right now because they're just listening intently.
You're both amazing. That's pretty high praise.
Because your dad has a full belly. It's his nap time, right? That's what my dad does. He eats and like this.
You know what was funny though? Okay, so we went to that buffet place, right?
Yeah.
It's too much food. They're like eating 3 or 4 plates each. But and I was like, let's just go. And they're like, no, one more plate. And
You gotta get your money's worth.
they do,
That's right,
they do.
You're gonna pay. You're gonna make sure you leave like, yeah, I got $50 worth.
Exactly.
I ate crab.
Oh crab! He ate like 18 crabs today.
They overcook it though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's too dry. It's hard to get it out of the.
And I want to know what's going on with you guys because
I want to know what's going on with you too.
Yeah. It was funny watching him eat, and then I thought the clock was an hour early. Like I was thinking 1 when it was 12. So I told him to hurry up.
They're like, no.
Yeah, they're like, one more plate.
Boss and his parents, and they're trying to enjoy themselves.
You gotta get the
Just let them enjoy their meal.
the cotton candy. You know, all the kids come with cotton candy.
And they paid,
I'm like,
so I gotta let them enjoy
That's
it.
right. Yeah.
like,
That's right. Your
some people
power
like
in
it.
that situation was zero.
Yeah, little
So-
people like them, but some old people like it
like
too.
this shit, like all that sugar.
Yeah, because when he was young,
Oh,
they thought about past.
yeah.
When he was young, then
So you had some cotton candy today?
no,
Oh.
he doesn't like it.
No.
They don't like sweet stuff.
I don't like that.
Oh.
Yeah.
He
So-
likes fried crab
Yeah.
and harvest,
Yeah.
but he doesn't have to eat, but he likes.
But afterwards, or sorry, before they're finished, I said I gotta go get some drinks, so we bring them over, right? And so unfortunately there's a coffee shop next door.
Yeah.
And so it's really convenient. But when I get over there, I send you guys the menu because I don't know if you like drinks or if you like coffee, right?
Booze.
I should have just got a Jack Daniels.
This is good. I'm enjoying this. This is good.
Yeah.
Should have got us some booze.
Well, if you came with me last night, I got him a 70-year-old bottle of the tequila.
The Julio?
Yeah, Don Julio, like a 70-year-old bottle for that. That's
For who?
so this buddy of mine who his birthday 50th yesterday.
Oh, okay.
So
That's your nickname after dark, right? Don Julio.
yeah, exactly.
Don Beyond.
But I wasn't sure if you liked tequila or if you liked vodka, so I got him that big ass, like 3-foot tall bottle of I don't know what it is, but anyway, I got him 2 bottles. So if you want, we can drive up to his place. It's just in Monroe.
Monroe.
It's only in Monroe.
Go make some margaritas.
Yeah, I mean, seriously, you would have fun last night if you guys came. I mean, I was invited last minute.
Yeah.
I mean, they didn't know I was in town. So, but when they heard, they're like, "Oh, we got to bring Young here." Yeah, exactly. But no, this is his 50th birthday, and they went to town.
Yeah, I don't remember going home for my 50th.
I remember at her 50th, I kept trying to give her water, and usually she's pretty good at having some water before, during, or after having some drinks, and then. But after I tried it multiple times, I just was just like,
This is too much.
just like I'm
I'm
out.
done.
You're gonna
I'm
feel
done.
how you feel, and your natural consequence will happen.
It's your fault.
I'm totally at peace with that.
Where'd you guys go that night?
Cooper's
There's a
used to be Barb's Westgate Inn.
I see.
Super sketchy off of 26th and Pearl.
I see.
I mean, it's not sketchy now, but it was
we
sketchy
did
back then.
it.
I
So
see.
I rented
New
out
owners, everything.
There's like
Nice
a
now.
separate outdoor patio.
Close to the Narrows Bridge.
Okay.
Party
Okay.
space. So I rented
Got
that
it.
out.
So we haven't introduced ourselves yet. So I feel like we need to introduce ourselves so that you know who these people are.
Your parents.
Well, they are my parents, but at the same time, for example, like how old she is, and
I'm sure that's exactly what she wants you to
Okay,
tell
I'll
us.
go first. I'm
Yeah.
53 years old. And I've been here since I was like 6,
Oh,
but from California.
I see.
That's me.
the reason I make it uncomfortable right now and have everybody introduce themselves is because these are the questions they have in their head right now. They want to know everything about you. They don't want to ask because it would be inappropriate.
There's 7.5 children.
What's your sign?
Scorpio. All the way, Scorpio.
So-
What do I do?
Yeah, that's what they're gonna
What
ask.
do I do? I own a mental health agency.
Oh.
So I do a lot of clinical work. I evaluate people for domestic violence behaviors.
Oh, I see.
Do you know what domestic violence is, though?
No.
Okay, so she's gonna go home and ask ChatGPT.
Being mean to your partner, being
Fighting.
fighting, hitting, yelling, taking their money. Yeah.
Okay.
So
I'm
that's
gonna-
what I do.
I'm gonna tell you one thing real quick. She's gonna hate the fact that I tell you this, and he's gonna be like, "You shouldn't say this,"
But
but
I'm still going to.
I'm still gonna do it because.
I'll hold him down when you slap him.
But he already knows. I think what I'm gonna say. Yeah, he already knows what I'm gonna say. Please don't share this
No,
information.
he's like Bill Cosby right now. He was like, I brought you in, I'll take you out.
He's a fool right now.
He's nap time.
You said he's a fool, or did you say he's full?
his belly
Okay,
is
sorry.
full.
Well, she means both actually, but
They do understand me. Okay, don't worry. Okay.
Yes.
okay,
Yeah.
okay,
Nice job.
okay,
1 point
okay.
for Mom, yeah.
I don't need an interpreter. Okay, don't
You
worry.
don't need it. You don't need it. Okay. Well, the thing is I'm not trying to translate for you, but what I am trying to do is make sure that we don't have communication problems like we did the other night. So anyway, yeah, that's our big problem is we have communication problems. But it's actually true, because one thing I realized when talking to them is that we speak in English. They speak in Korean, or they think in Korean, and they're actually listening in Korean. And so the words that we use, if they're complex, and when I said domestic violence, like she doesn't know that collocation at all.
Yeah.
And I knew it. I could tell from how she reacted. He's struggling because he doesn't even know.
But your mom asked right away what it was, so that was, or indicates you didn't know. Right
She's
away.
curious. She wants to know. He doesn't care.
That's fine. That's fine. He's in post-harvest mode. He's good.
No, he wants to know when the Mariners are playing. Because that's his favorite
I
team.
kind of do too, yeah.
They lost the last night.
See?
2 games lost.
Yeah. So I can put it on here with the sound off right now.
If you want to put the game
I'll put it on with sound.
Well, at least he'll be
I'll have something.
he'll be engaged.
Yes, I'll put it with the sound off.
So-
we can still
Yeah, I mean, he'll be engaged with that versus here, but regardless, he'll be engaged. So the point of bringing all that up when you said domestic violence is that when we were 5, 6, 7, 10, they used to fight a lot.
Yeah.
They used to fight so much that it scared my brother and I. And
Very nice.
see, I knew someone would stop me. Don't ever bring this back up. So
They don't want to hear.
Okay, but he and I get into it, and I think
It's there right
sometimes
now,
you
huh?
need tension
you do
to build growth, right?
100%.
Sometimes the tension is safe though. Like you can fight and be like, I don't like what you did, don't do it again. Okay, but as long as everybody stays in the trust tree and everybody moves on, but the work that I do is more like that person's very afraid of their partner.
Exactly.
Gonna hurt them.
Yeah.
And take their kids and but
So
whole other level.
yeah, so the reason why I'm bringing this up is because today it's the polar opposite. When they jab at each other, they laugh right afterwards.
There's love behind
There's
it. Yeah.
huge love behind it. I mean, when I drove home one day and actually drove into the driveway, they're like joking with each other, laughing, and I almost cried because I was like looking at them going, wow, they finally got there. They finally got to the point where they not only love each other, but they appreciate each other, enjoy each other. You know?
They still, like my parents still, sometimes then my dad gets grumpy with my mom. My mom's like, she just says, what's wrong with you? Why are you grumpy?
Part of it's because they're both micromanagers.
Well, you just said you speak of this, but on the drive here, all she did is complain.
Oh no.
So
She's a sweet lady. Come on.
well, here she is, but in the car, Like, and then he's listening, and he's right now. He's saying in his.
Her legs twitching because she's about to smack.
Oh, she's gonna smack me in the car when we get back in. But the thing is, he's like, this is inappropriate. You shouldn't be saying this kind of stuff.
$5 if you smack him.
We'll meet you at the harvest buffet.
Well, no, I'm gone. I'm leaving. I bolted.
Excuse
So
me, sir.
yeah.
I like this house, okay?
Okay, so.
Just stop. So just you talk to them, nice one.
Tell nice story.
Nice topics, yes.
Nice story.
Yes,
In first grade, I stole a marble, and then my mom threatened my life that night and that morning. Oh, I'm sorry. That's the first thing I remember as far as stories.
Just because you dishonored the family.
No, I dishonored her.
Dishonored the family, being a thief.
Well, I also committed a crime.
Right?
Yeah.
You know my feeling.
I committed a
I
crime.
gave him, punish their way.
Yeah, yes.
But I didn't know he's inside.
Oh.
When you grow up, still
Yeah.
he's inside when he was young.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Right.
But I didn't know. But he told me, I thought about myself.
Yeah.
Then, maybe I did wrong to him because I should talk to him nicely and, tell him, what to do.
Right.
And then instead, take out him on,
Puyallup River.
Road.
Puyallup River.
Yeah, Puyallup River.
Drag me down the bank. Threaten me with my life.
I'll
But
baptize you in the name of the Father.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Hey, this one needs extra because he's still baptized.
that time, when I was young,
Yeah.
I think he was 7 or 8.
5. Okay, anyway.
Yeah, but I got home educated from my mother.
Yes.
So I am a Korean. So when I was young, my mother treated me really, really, hard.
Harshly.
Yeah, because she wants me honest person.
Right.
Yeah.
Then she wants me kind person. That kind of stuff. But I didn't listen to her. Then when I didn't listen to her, what he did, he grabbed my hair, then spin. Yeah, really bad.
That sounds like it would hurt a lot.
Yeah. So I think I got something from my mother.
Right.
So when I got child, then I look at him after school whatever, but he got something we don't have. So I asked him. Then he say he got from France. So I thought no, I don't think so. Then he told me true. He got something from behind their friend. So I tried to give him good home educate.
Yes.
That's why I took him. I make him scared.
Yeah.
Then next time he doesn't do it.
Right.
But hey, it's stole the week after.
Yeah,
Anyway.
that's why I take out him to
Puyallup River.
at Puyallup River. Then I told him, you and I die here. We don't have to live. Then he's scared.
Wow.
That's why he's inside.
Right.
Yeah, what your mommy did.
Right.
Then he told me. Then just once enough, okay?
Right.
You don't have to talk to them because they don't want to hear you.
3rd grade. In the kitchen. She told me she'd kill herself if I didn't marry a Korean.
No way.
All right, continue. Tell your side of the story now.
I thought we were going to go around
I
and
married a
share
Korean.
about ourselves.
Korean?
Weren't we going to share about ourselves?
Okay, Brian, it's your turn. It's your turn. What's your story?
I'm trying to spare you from your mom taking the Puyallup River after you.
There's other rivers. Enumclaw.
I'm looking out for you. I'm looking out for you.
She's gonna be like on the GPS, like what's the nearest river?
Well, we could just put him in the water feature on the golf course.
There you go.
You have a
With the
seat-
baptizing,
seat
yes.
button in the car and But
She may be small, but
I teach elementary school. I teach 4th grade, so basically 9 and 10-year-olds.
Oh.
And I'm in my 27th year teaching elementary school. I taught on base for 20 years on JBLM, or what used to be Fort Lewis. In the last 6 years, I've taught in Tacoma. And I've done pretty much 3rd, 4th, or 5th grade my entire career. So K1, 2 is a little too young for me and my patience level, but 3, 4, 5.
He said they still pee their pants.
Well, not 3, 4, 5, but K1, 2, yeah.
Yeah,
So
the little ones still pee their pants.
yeah, in fact, this one girl I remember I had in 2nd grade. This is like 15 years ago. Like I saw the front of her jeans was kind of wet, and then she was still kind of walking around talking to kids and stuff. I was like, oh my gosh, like she's acting like she doesn't even know that she
peed.
wet her pants. Yeah, so I called her up and talked to her privately. I said, I think you might have wet your pants, and then she goes, oh God. she didn't know until I told her. How could you not know? How could you not know that? But, I didn't say that last part. But anyway, so I've had a very good career. I like it, and yes, there's some kids that can misbehave sometimes, but most of the kids are great kids, and even the kids that misbehave still have good in them, and sometimes they have. I think what she said earlier. Sometimes kids have things at home going on that's not their fault, but they're caught in a situation where it's just not a healthy environment. So sometimes I can connect like misbehaviors to trauma they have outside of school and that kind of thing. So we take professional development, like teachers take classes about like what we call trauma-informed instruction. So acknowledging that kids have these, they come to the table or they come to our school through our doors with
Issues,
baggage or issues or whatever, and then we have to be we should be sensitive about that and how we treat them, because you can't really get too hardcore with a kid if there's stuff going on out of their control that's really causing them to be
struggling.
So it's been good. So I'm good at that kind of thing. I'm good at like I'm not perfect. I have my moments occasionally where I get too ticked off about something because I'm trying to protect other kids so they can still learn something.
Sure.
Not gonna let one kid take a wrecking ball to it, but at the same time, if the kid taking the wrecking ball to everything has a bunch of stuff going on at home that's not necessarily their fault, I'm still a gentle person with them as much as I can be.
Right.
Anyway, it's a good profession, and so I'm gonna do at least 3 or 4 more years for sure in the classroom. Then I'll see if I want to do more in education outside the classroom. But
Right.
But it's a good life. I like it, and then when I get to the end of June, I can do what I want for about 10 weeks. That's not bad either. So it's a good life. I feel something in here with my job, and that makes me feel really good.
It's nice.
If she did life all over again, I'm sure she would probably consider being a teacher if she knew she could do it, or she thought she because her confidence it's interesting. Her confidence is very, very interesting. Like, she doesn't know how to do something right off the bat, but she will figure it out. She will figure it out really fast. She asks 10 times in a row, asks you to repeat it and show it to her over and over and over. But once she sees it, like the 6th time, she will do it better than anybody you know.
And those are my favorite students, by the way. The students who ask those questions and they're determined to learn. Those are the kids I love working with.
Like, if you tell me, here, read this manual, I'm like, nah, nope. Show me how to do it, and then I'll watch you, and then I do it, and then I like, show me again, and I do it, and then I got it. But yeah.
I mean,
more kinesthetic.
2 mornings ago, I went to sleep at 3, and then I turned the house alarm on because we kind of live in a tiny bit of a sketchy neighborhood, in my opinion. Not bad, but
borderline sketch.
Yeah, it's Auburn, and it's on the border of I-5. Kind of, the community's nice, in my opinion. But anyway, I turned on the alarm, and then I went to sleep, and I knew she'd wake up around 6. So she walks by my door, and the weird thing lately is I'm very sensitive, and I'm waking up and stuff like that. So I heard her, and so I just go, "Amma, the house alarm's on." And then she goes, "Okay," and then she walks downstairs and then turns it off, and then
People there I often.
You turned it off?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I saw light.
Okay, but this morning you triggered the alarm.
This morning I didn't see it.
Okay, so anyway, she goes down and she sits down, and then she's in every morning minus Sunday. She'll get in front of her computer, and I didn't know what she was doing, to be honest. If she was surfing porn, or I don't know what she was doing, But regardless,
searching rivers.
Probably. To drown her. To drown her.
Excuse me.
She doesn't even know what I just said, by the way. But anyway.
Oh, what are you talking about?
Oh, you okay?
Now I'm at Highland College and ESL class.
Oh, okay.
Great.
Then I have I am at level 4 right now.
Level 4.
Yeah,
Okay.
but I have problem with writing.
Writing?
Writing.
English.
Yeah, writing.
Okay, but can I finish the story and then you can tell us more about before? No, because but you need to hear this. I promise, Josette.
You didn't know she was studying?
Yeah, she said, excuse me.
Yeah, excuse me. You didn't know why,
And I want you to
in front of
continue.
your
I want you to continue.
computer.
I want you to continue. But the reason why is because anybody who actually experienced the moment that I experienced would laugh and cry at the same time and also be proud of her. That's the only reason why I want to finish this real quick, is because what happened was when I actually discovered what she was doing and she was looking at ChatGPT to basically, figure out what she was doing, I was shocked because about 9 months ago, she was asking me about AI. And then, I said, I don't have time to teach it to you right now. And she goes, well, because I was leaving. I wasn't even there. And then she just figured it out on her own, basically, right? But it wasn't even about ChatGPT. So I can't remember what she said, and I can't remember what question I asked you, Amma. But the thing is you said something in response. Like, I was just in shock at the moment. And she goes, yeah, but Gemini's better. And I was just like, what? You know Gemini? And I was just like literally floored. I almost fell backwards. And then I was like, how do you know about Gemini? Because I just started researching and learning about all the 6 other alternatives. She already knows more than I do. And then, and I was just so proud. That was my proud moment of my mom, right? And she figures that kind of stuff out on her own. So then I got louder. Why? Because I wanted to wake this guy up. And I'm going to stop here in a second, but, she can talk about him and what's going on. I do. I want to hear this because, in all honesty, you can continue.
So that's why I look at the past. I was in speaking in listening class.
Mm-hmm.
Then my teacher put everything is on canvas. Canvas meaning in a Highland College,
Oh, right.
yeah, class.
Mm-hmm.
So she put everything, but
She or he?
She.
Mm-hmm.
So I had a vacation, spring vacation, 2 weeks.
Okay.
Then I'm gonna start April 1st.
All right.
So before I start, I'm gonna prove my English more. That's why I'm writing.
April 1st is on Tuesday,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
It's on Tuesday.
Monday.
Tuesday.
Yeah.
Was it Tuesday?
Tuesday.
Yeah, Monday's the 31st.
Oh, that's true. Okay.
Tuesday. That's why I'm in sit down, in front of the computer, but he didn't know
Yeah, right.
why.
That's great.
Why, I'm sit down, in front of the computer and writing something.
Yeah.
So he asked me,
That's really good.
you want to test something? So I said no.
Bian, do you speak Korean?
한국말 잘해.
Oh, do you? Okay.
A little bit.
Okay.
He
Just a
speak
little bit?
a little bit.
조금.
Your children speak Korean?
잘해.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Like my parents both speak Spanish, but they didn't speak Spanish to us. So I don't.
Yeah.
I know a little bit, but I don't really speak.
Can I tell you the one phrase I know?
Is it naughty?
Very.
What is that?
Chinga su madre.
Is that nice?
You know what it is?
I've heard that before, yeah.
He needs to go to the river for.
In 8th grade, that's what I was taught from this one kid, Brent something, Hadaway. And he goes,
It wasn't even Mexican.
nope. And I remembered it from that moment for the rest of my life.
I was in Tucson, Arizona for 3 years after college with Byung, and but not in Tucson with Byung, but after.
Yeah.
And I was a manager of a restaurant bar called Chewy's, and all the cooks in the back were Mexican.
Hispanic, yeah.
And they taught me a lot of words. But
Yeah.
most of those words they taught me, I learned later on, were not clean words at all. But they didn't tell me that, so they were having me try out some
To customers?
to the owner.
Oh my
To
God.
the owner who is Hispanic, and so. So I told them a couple phrases really proudly because I was proud of myself for learning some Spanish, and then once I said a couple phrases, my owner's eyes were like this big, And I was like, "What?" He goes, "Do you know what you just said?" And I said, "No." And then he told me. I was like, "Oh dear, I'm sorry. I didn't know. I just said something
dear,
really.
I didn't know.
I didn't say oh dear, but I said,
Sure.
but I said, but I was embarrassed. I didn't know.
Oh my.
I didn't know that they had taught me cuss words until.
So 엄마
until the owner.
chinga means fuck.
Oh,
And then
Also, you know, I didn't know my son got bad words.
Because you
Yeah.
should have held him down longer.
His face. His face is nice, right?
He doesn't look like he says bad words.
That's a nice.
He's my
He
son.
doesn't
Right,
look
right,
like.
right.
Age myself, but he's handsome in Korea.
Yes.
in Korea, but not America.
But I surprised him when he speak bad words.
Yes. Yes.
So I don't like.
Oh yeah.
She don't like.
I don't say bad words in front of my parents.
I do.
Ever.
I always do.
Ever.
No.
Every day.
I don't
Why?
say bad words.
Because it's that thing that you talked about. You have to create a little conflict for a little bit of love. Yeah.
You do not have to create conflict.
For growth.
You do not.
So I didn't know until when she married. After married, my daughter-in-law told me.
She did? She
Yeah.
tattled on me?
She. I think
like, you don't know him. He's
between
bad.
her and him and problem. Then he talked to her really badly.
Strongly.
She turned on, to hear. So I.
She
heard-
was scarier than me, though, Amma.
So I was so embarrassed in front of my daughter, because I didn't know my son talk like this,
Talks
you know,
like
with
cowboy.
the bad word.
Yeah. Yeah.
So from that time, I know, he.
Do you know where I learned it all?
bad word.
Do you know where I learned it?
So one day, I don't know, you remember or no? How you get that bad word?
Mm-hmm.
Then he say something.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want me to remind you?
No. So one time, when he was young, I called his name when he was young because that time he's quite a boy, but sometimes he didn't listen to mother. So I called his name. Then he said, "What do you say? You say 쌍놈 새끼?" Then after that, oh my goodness, I have to stop. Because the children copy from mother.
Oh right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Amma, it wasn't you who started it.
So after that time, I never use,
Didn't say bad words
Yeah.
anymore.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Like
but
children.
it wasn't. It didn't start from you, Amma.
But I don't know where he got that word.
What were you gonna say? Like
My
So-
grandma was the first person to teach me these words.
your grandma.
Because the thing is, my grandma, her mother, had a sailor's mouth like you'd never believe.
But in English or
No,
In Korean. In Korean.
She said bad words.
Oh hells yes! When she chased me out of the house with the broom, she wasn't saying nice things.
But why'd she have to chase you out of the house with the broom though?
I don't know what I did. So all I know is I remember she had a broom in her hand, and I waited on the other side.
She stole her wallet.
As she's taught me from her profession, you must have been a provocative victim.
Exactly. I was a victim. I don't know about the provocative, but I was a victim. All
That
I
means you somehow contributed to the
Contributed
situation.
to you being chased out of the house.
like okay, the memories on my side in terms of guilt and trying to figure out like what the hell did I do are this. Number one, I'm kind of messy. I know I'm messy. Like, there's times where I'm just not clean or whatever. So maybe she got angry because she's done that to me as well, right? She doesn't like it when it's messy. But you should see her car. But anyway, the thing is I also was experimenting when I was a child, right? So I would zip down my pants and then I would like literally start playing with my little thingy and then it would kind of grow and then I would just be like, oh wow, this is kind of fun. And then my grandma found it, like she found me behind the couch. And she's like, what the fuck are you doing? Is what she said in like Korean. And then she just smacked the fuck out of me in that moment. And then I didn't, because that's what I remember.
Shamed you
she shamed me, so I stopped.
For playing with your wiener.
Yeah, I stopped. But anyway, those are the only memories that I have.
When I first met you, that's what I saw you doing.
In the corner, right?
Yeah, I was like, Brian, your friend is weird.
So enough.
Okay, no, I won't tell all the stories. I just remember I was on the other side of the street, and then Harmony scared me, so I waited near the mailbox, and I wouldn't come home because she was like threatening me, and so she's the one who taught me at the beginning. Okay, number 2 was not my mother. Number 2.
Just in case you want to use that.
I like that. Oh my
You want to go?
goodness.
You want to try the broom?
No.
I'll hold him down.
Yeah, she'll hold them down.
So the number 2 person.
After that, it's not a crime.
The second teacher of profanity was my father. All right, so excuse me. So one day he got really angry at his friend or enemy. I'm not sure who it was. And this is when I learned the specific word. Like in Korean, there's a certain word. She said "장마 siki." Siki means son of a. So "장마," what does "장마" mean?
No, actually, sangnam is bad word in English.
Or like shit or fuck?
Yeah.
Okay, so son of a fuck.
Seki means just
Child. So child of a fuck or child of a shit is what it means, right? Shangnama siki. So when you ever hear the word siki, you just know that they're talking about child of, all right?
Yeah.
But ke means dog. So ke siki means bitch, right? So when you hear those words like something sicky, you just know that they're angry, right?
Yeah.
So one day my dad gets on the phone with this guy and he's like talking to this like Mr. Lee and he's just like no 무슨 sicky something's on sicky and like every other word was sicky and then I was like 18 sickies in a row, right? And I'm like listening to this and I'm just like, wow, he's angry at this person, and he didn't stop, and I can't remember if he slammed the phone or whatever the case may be, but I knew he was angry, and the other guy was probably either scared or laughing. I'm not sure which one he was, but I learned that moment like what sicky meant because I don't know if I turned around and said, "Amma, what's sicky?" And then you learn the word sicky very very well when somebody says it 18 times in a row. So anyway,
that word has power. Man.
It has a lot of power. I mean, my dad doesn't actually use profanity a lot. He doesn't get into fights that much. He's a peaceful man. Only time I've ever seen him fight is when these guys go at it. Like, what's that Street Fighter? Is that the game?
Yeah.
There is a game called
Street Fighter, right? What's the little Asian girl?
Sindel.
Right? And then,
Sindel?
So I remember Double Dragon.
Okay.
I remember Street Fighter.
Review, I would say. Watch the Street Fighter. She's the little Japanese Chinese in the blue garment. He's like the powerful, handsome, I don't know, whatever. And you let them fight, she'll kick his ass.
Oh my goodness.
Dynamite comes in small packages.
Okay.
That's what my dad told me.
So I don't want to talk